Hello. Hello, Nemo. Hello, Ponderful. Good to see you, as always. Nemo, what are you doing looking at hard drive prices? Just write it down. Just get a book and write it down. Like, don't be a slave to technology, man. Come on. Yeah. Rise of the Golden Idol. Really good game. Finished it last time I streamed, and I had intended to stream during the week, but then I was real tired because of work stuff and other stuff. Like to the point that I was like falling asleep at my desk at 3 p.m., which is not good. But I didn't want to not stream at all this week, and so despite the fact that I'm still fairly tired, I wanted to do a shorter stream today. I went out for dinner with my ex in-laws yesterday, and it was really nice. So they're like retired, so they have a lot of free time, and they're very generous. So they'll often invite me over to like go out for a meal, and like they've always paid for the meal. And this time I was like, no, I'm gonna pay for the meal this time. And they decided, oh, we can go to this place that's like they specialize in whiskey and burgers, and I like burgers and I really like whiskey. So I was like, yeah, cool, this sounds like a great idea. And then I realized, oh, this is a fantastic opportunity because I'm paying, I can get whatever I want. So I had a flight of very peaty whiskies. That was one of the things that they had on the menu. And so I had 4 different single malt whiskies that all had very peaty flavors. There was a 12-year-old Glenfiddich, which was quite nice. It was very, very smooth. And a couple of others, which I've forgotten the name of. And then there was a 16-year-old Lagavulin, which was, like, incomparable. Just probably the nicest whiskey I've ever had. And so now I know if I ever want to treat myself to a bottle of really good scotch, that I want to get the 16-year-old Lagavulin, because it was everything I look for in a whiskey. I was very, very happy with it. And my burger was okay too. So yeah, I had a nice time. And then after drinking my 4 little drams of whiskey, I got a little bit talkative and yapped a bit too much, and then my throat was a bit sore. I ended up getting home at like 9:30. But it was a good time. I like hanging out with them. I also got to meet a dog as we were leaving their apartment. One of their neighbors had just got back from like a holiday to Africa, and her somewhat elderly dog was with her, and so the dog was very friendly and chill and came over to say hi. So I got to spend like 5 minutes petting the dog while they caught up with their neighbor, which is, you know, any day you get to meet a dog is a good day. And also, yeah, I was reminded, like, I haven't actually drunk anything for over a month probably, and so having 4 amounts of whiskey in a relatively short amount of time, I definitely did feel a little bit. And also today, like, I don't feel like I'm hungover, but I definitely feel like I've had alcohol the previous day. You know, my poor old liver, I dumped all that on it without warning. You don't be able to wrap yourself around whiskey. Is there anything in particular about it that is off-putting? Or I mean, also, like, what whiskeys have you tried? Because there's so many different types. So you say places did burger flights. There's a place in Portland called Little Big Burger, and while they don't do burger flights, they do very small burgers. I mean, I guess you call them sliders, I think is the proper term. And so if you wanted to, you could probably get yourself like a sampler of 4 small burgers from there. But yeah, I think it's like it's that rare occasion when something has actually happened that I can talk about, because my life is usually pretty uneventful. Oh, another opportunity for like just a sentence that possibly no one has ever uttered in their life. I've learned that my well, actually no, I had to send a sort of a commisatory, is that a word, message to my ex, saying, I hope your nipples feel better, because I'm going to try to find the right to phrase this for maximum impact and comedy. Let's see. My ex-husband has developed a lactation fetish and is trying to induce lactation. So his nipples are kind of sore. I like botanical liquor more of a gin and vermouth type of person. No, this is not related directly to the cream pie gangbang. This is a separate, somewhat unhinged sexual thing. I've never had vermouth by itself, but my favorite cocktail is a Manhattan. which is rye whiskey, sweet vermouth, and bitters. And so I presume that I would like vermouth if I had some, because I really like a Manhattan. Also, I learned while I was out with my in-laws yesterday that there's apparently, just down the road from where we were eating, a place that they specialize in Manhattans, and they have like a bunch of different Manhattans. So I'm probably going to have to go there at some point, because I love a Manhattan. I don't even know. Part of it is just that you get a cherry, and I like cherries. Part of it also, I'm not ashamed to say, the first time I tried a Manhattan, it's because in an episode of The Simpsons, Bart learns to make a Manhattan, and apparently he makes a really good Manhattan. And everyone really enjoyed the Manhattan in that episode. I was like, wow, Manhattans must be tasty, because in a cartoon, some people said they liked it. It's clearly a sensible reason to base real-life decisions on. But I wasn't wrong. Manhattans are tasty. All right, let's hop in. Oh, that's right. We could. So I bought all the DLCs because I was going back and forth a little bit. Like, do I want to like get the first one? Or, and I was like, no, just hold it. I just bought the detective pass, and so I had I've got all of them now. I don't know how long each of them is. Very limited in my alcohol consumption. All I know is I don't mind White Russian and sake. I don't know if it's just that I've never had good sake, or if I'm just not suited to sake, because I've not enjoyed any of the sake that I've had. But I have enjoyed a White Russian. I think a White Russian might have been the very first cocktail I ever had in my life. I was relatively newly 18 and went to a bar / pub / well, it was the bar in a hotel. So it was a bar, but not like you might think of as a bar, with my friend who had also recently turned 18. And part of the reason we went is because someone we were in school with was working at the hotel as like a receptionist, and we wanted to just go wind her up. So we did that for a bit, and then we went and tried a couple of cocktails, and I had a White Russian, and yeah, it was pretty good. I'm pretty sure the reason I tried a White Russian is because of the Big Lebowski. You found a fantastic Canadian cider made with Caribbean limes on my last trip there. Caribbean lime cider. So I would try that, and I'm sure it would be very nice, but when it comes to cider, I am something of a purist / snob / I'm very particular in what I like, because I like my cider to be apples and that's it, and to be very dry. At a stretch, I'll allow pears, because perry is like a thing, but I see like hopped pineapple ciders in the supermarket here, and I'm like, it doesn't seem like it's for me. I don't know. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, this is the detective. I think I remember him. So, Roy, how are you liking it here at Ninth? As exciting as your old district? Thankfully, no. There were some strange things going on there, Cliff. He was investigating the Red Curse. Detective Sampson and Saver, we've got one for you. Hope you didn't speak too soon. Okay. An old friend returns in The Sins of New Wells, in which a new district means business as usual. I like these little intros. They give it a nice sort of taster of what's to come. This man is built like a rutabaga. The character designs in this game are definitely fairly unique. I really like the art style in general. I had a White Russian at a Japanese hotel bar, and while my friends knew what they were going to order, I suddenly forgot all the cocktail names. I had to resort to my movie knowledge to remember White Russian, so I have Lebowski to thank for that too. I think I suspect that like more people than we willing to admit it have tried things just because they saw it in a movie one time or something, right? Like that, because especially with cocktails, if you're younger and you haven't had that much experience of people around you drinking cocktails, like how do you know what you like, right? You've got to try them before you even know. All right. We have a car. Oh, that's the cutscene we just watched. And then we have this first thing. These are interesting. They're like, what are those? That kid's toy where you have the little slide reel type thing that like rotates through and you look up to it. Except this has actual photographic film in it. Following orders: a deadly pursuit. Okay. Alright, I've got to get back into puzzle solving mode. Oh, we have some sort of chicken restaurant, I assume. A very unclean chicken restaurant. Alright. What's all this? Ah, okay, so interviews. Can you describe the car that was in lot 4 when all this occurred? Sorry, I don't remember. There must not have been anything remarkable about it. Well, how about their order? Do you remember that? Sure, 2 Burger Royale meals, 2 Chicken Royale meals, and a meat surprise wrap. When it comes to fast food, the word surprise is not what I want to see. I don't want my fast food to be surprising, because generally the sort of surprise, I mean, especially meat surprise, right? Meat should not be surprising. Fast food should not be surprising. The sort of surprise you typically associate with fast food is one that involves like a dash to the bathroom. I'm sure vodka martini orders skyrocketed whenever James Bond popularity took off. I wouldn't be surprised. I once ordered a vodka martini shaken not stirred in a pub on the way back from Oxford on a school trip, and I was given a very dirty look by the bartender because they knew that I was only saying it because of James Bond and that I had no idea what I was actually ordering. What about Lot 2's order? That one was easy, a chicken royale meal with tomato sauce. Okay. So we're probably going to have to figure out who ordered what. What's this guy doing here? Oh yeah, I forgot you can zoom in. He's refilling the soap, but not actually. He's just putting water in it. Oh, and someone's been at the safe with like green paint on their hand. Is it him? Is he trying to... What's going on? I don't know. Also, what is, like... Is this... I don't know. Okay, we'll figure it out. I was bringing out the order for Lot 2 when all of a sudden some bearded freak whizzed up to me on a scooter, twisted my arm, and snatched that bag right out of my hand. Okay, so the guy on the scooter is, I think, the guy who was formerly like an ancient Lemurian historian, and then had his personality entirely overwritten by the mind of someone from ancient Lemuria. He's the guy from the very first scene in the base game who, like, broke out of a mental institution by murdering someone. Do you remember what the order was for? The order, it was a chicken royale meal with barbecue sauce. Why? Okay, so she says barbecue, the chef says tomato. No matter, how about Lot 4? What did they order? 2 burger royale meals, 2 chicken royale meals, and a meat surprise wrap. I don't see what... Please describe the car for Lot 4. I've seen so many cars today, I really can't remember. Okay, so they agree on the Lot 4 order. All today's money is in the cash register. Only the manager knows the code for the safe. I see. Final question. Can you describe the car that was in Lot 4? Sorry, I'm no good with cars. They all look the same to me. Okay. Okay, this is Lot 1. This is Lot 4. Presumably then this is Lot 2, I guess. And it looks like whoever was in Lot 4 drove off this way, banged into Lot 2's car, and then off up there. Okay, what do we have on the TV? By seeking the advice of upstanding community members like my new partner on the Heritage Project, we've been able to crack down on criminals like the Andia gang. Sure, the Andias are weaker, but their rivals have filled the void. Those thugs in white ties are everywhere now. Property values are up, and we are working to renew historical buildings. You mean gentrification is increasing the cost of living? Okay, so this is a politician, and this is possibly another politician having a debate, or an interviewer, like a news person who's not pulling their punches. Crime is down, the drug trade is down. Are you kidding? I see euphoric synthetic serotonin being dealt on every other street corner. That sounds good. I could do with some euphoric synthetic serotonin. Did you have drive-in restaurants on the aisles? Was that too American? So we had drive-thrus, but none where you drive up and then you get your order delivered to your car. Well, okay, that's not entirely true. Some places, if you went through the drive-thru, they would say, like, park up and we'll bring it out to you. But it wasn't like... They wouldn't come to your car to take your order kind of thing, you know? Like, it wasn't like a drive-in in that sense. In the same way that I don't think we have... I don't know that there are any drive-in movie theaters in the UK. Also, I'm sure they have them now, but... when I was younger, I definitely never saw the kind of like movie theater experience that you now find all over the place in America, where you have like big comfy armchairs and you like order food, and it's like a restaurant / movie theater. Like living room theaters is one. that maybe that's just a local one. I don't know, but like that kind of experience was brand new to me. I went to visit a friend in Kentucky. She was like, "Oh, do you want to go see a movie?" I think we saw. What did we say? We saw the Simpsons movie. Actually, is what we saw. And she was like, "Oh, what do you want to get for food?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Do they have like hot dogs and popcorn?" She was like, "No, like you can get like a burger or like pizza or like actual food delivered to you while you're watching the movie." And my mind was blown. Who do we have here? We saw the man in the red jacket speed away on his scooter. Then the cook stormed out from the kitchen and cried, "Some bearded guy just stole the extra sour sauce." Oh, the extra sour sauce. Straight after, all the young gentlemen left in the most magnificent car. Painted like a tiger it was. A tiger with a lion's mane. Then we went back to our meals. A few minutes later, though, we heard distant thunder. Odd, given the fine weather. Okay. An explosion, perhaps? And this car. We called for an ambulance right away after seeing what that brute on the scooter did to the poor waitress's arm. Very good. Now, can you describe the car that was parked in lot 4 when all this was happening? Sorry, no, we don't remember it, do we, Sweetums? Interesting that no one seems to remember this car. Has someone been fucking around with the golden idol and modifying people's memories? I've been to a movie theater in so long that the entire market sector evolved in the time between then and now. It's good. Like I quite like it. I can count on one hand the number of times I've been in a movie theater that was like actually packed. Because you do get a different experience, you know, when there's a lot of people in there. Like the watching the Lord of the Rings movies in a relatively small. It wasn't even like, I mean, it was a movie theater, but it was a theater that also showed movies. And so rather than being this typical sort of like movie theater tiered seating and stuff, we had like, you know, there was the stalls and the lower down, whatever the names of the places you sit in a theater are. But there was proper like, you know, gasps and like cheers and stuff at various points in the movie, which definitely kind of added to it. Like I understand that that's like not that uncommon in America, but like to get a British crowd to react in any way to a movie, like we are not the type of people to be like whooping and cheering during a movie. So yeah, it was very, very hype. I think the one that got the biggest reaction is in the Fellowship of the Ring, right at the end when Aragorn is fighting Lurtz, the Uruk-hai. They have that cool fight scene, and right at the end when Aragorn chops his arm off and then chops his head off, there was just like, yeah, big cheer from the movie theater. That stuck with me. Oh, okay, here's our menu. Burger Royale meal, 5 amounts of money. Chicken Royale meal, 5. Meat surprise wrap, 3. Chicken surprise wrap, also 3. Okay, barbecue sauce is 50 cents. Tomato sauce is 50 cents. Pesto is 50 cents. And cucumber is 50 cents. Cucumber sauce. Interesting. Okay, and this is where we say how many of each thing they ordered, I guess. Alright. Okay, this car. Sorry, detective, but no, I didn't get a good look at the car that damaged mine. Anyway, it's fine. Please, I don't want to pursue it. I get, is everyone scared of, like, this gang? Whose car it is? Very well. What was your order, by the way? What? Oh, a chicken royale meal with garlic sauce. Why? You're sure you didn't ask for extra sour sauce? Perfectly sure, detective. Okay, so no one can agree on what the sauce was, and garlic sauce isn't even an option. So something odd is happening. Strange that only the foreigners were able to describe it, eh, Roy? Actually, Cliff, that makes perfect sense to me. It's what happened on the rooftop I'm baffled by. That part may have to wait for another day. Okay. I got here within a few minutes of the 911 call. The local cops arrived quickly, too. Dispatch would have notified them at the same time they sent me out because the caller said the waitress had been attacked. Okay. While my partner here... These helmets. Altogether too spherical. While my partner here interviewed the waitress, I searched the surrounding area. As soon as I found the body, I notified you guys in homicide. We made sure no one left the diner from that point on to ensure we didn't have to deal with anyone trying to play vigilante. Okay, so there is a body, which I'm guessing we'll see here. Yeah, 45-degree turn to avoid the Red Cross lawsuit, yeah. That's one of those things where it's like, it sounds silly and frivolous, but at the same time, like, I understand fully why they have to be so strict about it, because if you can bend the rules for a video game, you can bend the rules for such and that and the other, and eventually you end up in a situation where someone's like, look, it's not my fault I did a war crime. I thought that it was, like, not the Red Cross symbol, you know? So I sympathize with them a little bit, as much as it is sort of a meme. Okay, what's going on here? The tire has been shot. Okay. Is this a melee weapon? Bauer Youth Sports League. Okay. The man is not breathing. He's soaked from head to toe. So does he fall out of the water tower after it knocked over? Possibly. Okay, these are the Tsars. They have like the lion tiger thing going on. So that's the new gang that's taking over from the Andia gang, because their symbol is over the top of it, I guess. So they're the ones with the real cool car. Oh. What? This is weird. Is that doesn't look like bone, you know? That looks like robot hand? Okay. So this has been just deleted, it looks like. And we've got footsteps coming down here. Right? Yeah, 2 sets of footsteps. This is also been... Oh, okay, I think I see what's happening. So this effect is as a result of some piece of Lemurian technology that, like, deletes matter. And so someone had part of their arm deleted, and that's why it looks all weird. Okay. And that's all the stuff. That's all I'm getting. Okay. So... nothing that I can figure out here. What is he even doing? And why are his hands all green? Is this the pesto sauce? Maybe? Okay. Let's try and figure out the orders. So, lot 2 is this guy, and he says they had a chicken royale meal with garlic sauce. But the detective seems to think that he asked for sour sauce, so maybe that's what he actually ordered. So, lot 2, chicken royale meal. But sour sauce isn't an option either. So I'm confused. Do I have to put in 0 for everything? I guess I probably do, right? Yeah, none of these are sour. Okay. And then lot 4 was... two burger royale meals. 2 chicken royale meals. Oops. A meat surprise wrap. And that's it. Okay, so he didn't ask for any extra sauce, but everyone seems to think that sauce is somehow involved. Alright. Someone stole something and something as they were being delivered to lot somewhere. In a car that had been parked in lot somewhere... Oh, lot number. Someone something gave chase and something the something something. Okay, so they shot the... bearded man's tire, right? So a bearded man stole food and sauce as they were being delivered to lot 4. gangsters, and there were 5 of them because they ordered 5 meals. As they were being delivered to lot 4, it must have been, right? Unless... some bearded guy just stole the extra sour sauce. So the... Is this drugs? Right? That, like, the sour sauce, it's not actually on the menu. You've got to order it special. And, what's this down here? I don't know. And so they were there to pick up the drugs, and then he, like, grabbed it and ran off with it. The bearded man then ran up the fire escape, pursued by some of the gangsters on foot. Somehow, the water tower fell, killing 1 gangster. In the same way, the door was opened. Which somehow someone lost hand. When the bearded man got downstairs. Okay, so something's not quite right here. It's just a Thousand Island dressing. I guess it could be like the well, something green is happening, right? There's green on the safe. There's green around here. He had green on his hands, I guess. Green on the bag. So something suspect and green. Okay, so what have I got wrong here? So a bearded man stole food and sauce. Could it be anything else? Something green is happening. It ain't easy being green, I've heard. That one. Okay, what about him? All today's money is in the cash register. Only the manager knows the code for the safe. Okay. These were just saying about the... Yeah, some bit of guy just stole the extra sour sauce. All the drunken gentlemen left in the most magnificent car, painted like a tiger. I thought we had distant thunder, which must have been the water tower falling over, I guess. Okay, so... Yeah, so these shoes are the bearded man. These are the gangster. So they run up here. They're chasing. He stops. He destroys this. The water tower falls over and kills one of them. Then he blasts a hole in the door. Runs downstairs. Removes one of their arms. Somehow the water tower fell, killing one gangster. I feel like that's correct. In the same way, the door was opened? Well, this carnage over a McDouble and fries. Well, it was 2 like burger royale meals, 2 chicken royale meals, and a meat surprise wrap. Like, I might throw hands if someone stole like 4 burgers worth of food and a wrap from me. One of the more harrowing moments of my life was I went to the KFC that was near the stadium back in Swansea where I used to live. It was like a fair old drive to get over there. And I went in, I made my order, and I I like to order quite a lot of stuff because it was a bit of a drive to get there. I wanted to make sure that it was worthwhile, so I would buy, like, I would always buy a Zinger Tower Burger because it was just the best thing on the menu. If they were having any kind of like limited time offer, I'd usually get one of those because it's limited time only, and then I'd usually get like a couple of mini fillets burgers or sandwiches, I guess they are. And I would eat some of it in the car immediately after ordering it, so it's still nice and hot. And I'd take the rest of it home and put it in the fridge and have it later. And so I was taking my food, my like relatively large order, out to the car, and I went to adjust how I was holding stuff to pull out my car keys to unlock the car, and the bag tore, and my food just fell all over the parking lot and just spilled everywhere. And so I had to go back in, and I just started I just dropped all of my food, and so I had to order it again because it's not like they were under any obligation to replace it, right? Like it was entirely my own stupid fault that I dropped all my food, so I had to just redo the entire order. On the plus side, I guess, if you want to look on it that way, by the time I got my new order and was outside, several seagulls were having the time of their life with my spilled food. Okay, so what do we have wrong here? So possibly food and source is not correct. As they're being delivered to lot 4. A car that had been parked in lot 4, or in a car that had been parked in lot 4, 5 gangsters gave chase and shot the bearded man. So I'm pretty sure the only thing that could be incorrect here is the number 5. Unless it was actually to lot 2 that the order was being delivered. Because... well, no, but then why would the gangsters care that he... although that was the... oh, hang on. Okay, that didn't... no, that's the wrong number. Yeah, that makes no difference. So... I guess that means that this is probably now wrong, and I've got one other thing wrong, rather than 2 things wrong. So... this is correct. Some of the water tower fell. In the same way, the door was opened... maybe the bag had the collectible toy they wanted. Yeah, it's they're well, so they're bad guys, right? I think we have to assume. So they're scalpers. That's what it is. They're trying to get all of the Happy Meal toys so they can resell them for a lot. Fight broke out in some like this is correct. I'm pretty sure. So what's wrong here? I feel like it must have been being delivered to lot 4, right? Can I see what the order of events was? They call for the ambulance after seeing what that brute on the scooter did to that poor waitress's arm. So while she was delivering it... I was bringing out the order for lot 2. Okay, so it was lot 2. Okay. Twisted my arm, snatched the bag right out of my hand. Check around my barbecue. So as I say, they agree that there was sauce, but not what the sauce is. None of them can remember the car. None of them claim to be able to remember the car, which they might just be lying. I wanted to see what a Welsh KFC looked like, so I used Street View, and I'm not sure why a sign saying Croeso Tesco inserted. If you want to see the KFC that I went to, or there were 2 that I would go to depending on how I was feeling, but the good one is the one right next to the Ospreys Stadium in Swansea, down near Morva, I think. So if you Google Ospreys Stadium Swansea and then look for a KFC near there, that would be my quote unquote local KFC. I once made the mistake of, and there was a Burger King like literally next door. So sometimes I would set out driving and I wouldn't even know whether I wanted Burger King or KFC, just that when I arrived, I'd be able to have either. Occasionally, very occasionally, I'd go into KFC and order something, and then walk next door to Burger King and also order something for the real sort of decadent 2 fast foods in one meal thing. Okay, what is right? So it's definitely lot 2 is correct. car had been parked in lot 4. I'm assuming that there's 5 gangsters because of what they ordered. It could have been 4 gangsters. Okay, that didn't swing the needle either way. What if I put this in? Okay, so you can cheat a little bit. So we know that it definitely was 4. It's been converted into a combination KFC Pizza Hut. So there was also a... I'm trying to remember. Was that the... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm misremembering. The one that was next to the Burger King wasn't that one. That was the Llansamlet KFC. Yes, you're correct. I think it was always a KFC Pizza Hut next to each other. No, yeah, it was the Llansamlet, which I will type in chat if you really desperately want to look it up. If you want to look up the Llansamlet KFC, that is the other KFC I used to go to. That one was it's closer to the route that truck drivers coming out of the docks would take, and so they got a lot more. It was very uncommon to pull into the Llansamlet one, and for there not to be a huge lorry parked in there with some big trucker getting a big load of fast food. So what's wrong here? Food and sauce? Is it food and drugs? It is drugs. Okay, so we were supposed to infer that it was drugs rather than taking everyone's word for it that it was sauce. This place is... maybe it's like a front and the people working there all know that. A bearded man snatched a bag of food from a diner employee, but unbeknownst to him, the diner was controlled by a gang and the bag contained drugs. Some of the gang members chased the thief down, but he managed to incapacitate 2 of them in an unusually destructive way. Cool. And she's... she's a mayor. Mayor Meredith lashes out at cops. The mayor of New Wells has blamed police for the city's growing drug problem and raised questions of possible corruption within the force. Corruption? In the police force? Oh, I can't believe it. Moira Meredith made the remarks at a press conference yesterday, which she'd called to discuss her ongoing heritage project. She said, "Drugs are flooding our city, and the fault lies solely with our police. At best, their leadership is incompetent and must change. At worst, we'll need a full-scale inquiry into possible corruption." A spokesman for New Wells Police's Narcotics Division said, "Our officers are doing the best that any department could do. Investigations are underway in all known high-crime areas of the city, but so far no major drug labs have been located. The investigation will continue as usual, and the manufacturers will be found." Okay, so we have... a thing. Wow. Dog? Horse? What is this? Trouble Unleashed. A tragic day at the races. Okay, so still could be dog or horse. I hope no dog or horse has a bad time. What the fuck is this thing? Okay, neither dog nor horse, I guess. Okay. Gun. The pistol has been recently fired. Some lockpicks. Actually, a good few years ago, I got a little practice lockpick kit for my birthday because I wanted to learn how to pick locks. And I got really good at opening the locks in the practice lockpick kit, and I have never unlocked anything other than that. I know you're not supposed to pick locks that you don't own, but I've never been able to pick any lock other than the ones in the practice kit because I suspect the ones in the practice kit are pretty easy. But yeah, I always had it in my head of that would be a cool skill to have, you know? It probably isn't going to be useful very often, but there's going to be one time in your life where you get to be really cool because you know how to pick locks. Although, of course, you won't have your lockpicks with you when that happens, so... Good thing we got here before they could get rid of the body. Find anything out, Roy? Looks like something happened at the office as well. I'll be damned. How did they get past those 2 guards? I have a theory. I'll have to check some details. Anything else? How'd your interview go? It's interesting, Cliff. They're evasive, but I'm not sensing any outright lies. Except perhaps this vet business. Okay, so people's memories are getting fucked with, I think. We have a drill, a microphone, some tools. Zira. This is a weird setup. To be in what looks like a crate for carrying an animal? There's a gunshot wound. And a bloody lip. 2 to 3 p.m, feed dogs. 3 p.m. onwards, prep for race, then run errand for HB. Number 17 has become overly protective. Easier to just keep by my side at all times. Okay. Emergency release has been knocked. Okay, so... Okay, this dog has been kept in here with a broom, and all the rest of them got released. And is this number 17, maybe? The one that's overly protective, and that's why it's bitten something off someone? Okay. Alright, there's the car. Gang car. I took a hit for that guy. Hope he got what we came here for. Now I've just got to collect myself and keep away from the cops. Okay. So you didn't see anything? Not at the kennels, I must apologize. I did see 2 men running away from the office, then someone else went up to the door a little bit later. Could you describe the person? Not really. I was distracted by the sound of the race starting and that lovely polka-dotted dog. I had good money on her. Polka-dotted is not the word that I would normally associate with a dog. You know, like, spotted, yes, but polka-dotted? Alright. I've been here all day. I will say, I did hear some people around the office area making a commotion. Did you hear what they were saying? One was hurling insults about Ms. Bauer, saying she ruined their business and that she's the mayor's pet. Insulting Hildegard Bauer seems unwise and unwarranted. Ms. Bauer is a hard worker, and she always finds time to support her favourite girl. Okay. Alright, here are the races. In reserve with the Kennel Master, Benny 70s. Okay, so number 17 is Benny. So we have to identify all the dogs, possibly. Oh, and there's a bunch of dogs around here. While I was waiting in line to make my bet, some guy in a big coat shoved past, calling out for Benny. Did he find him? I don't know. He searched around for a moment, then suddenly ran off towards those wooden gates. And he was betting on Godsend number 6 to win. Did he win? Yes, we don't know. Fast legs, you'd think, right? But I don't know. I feel like it's possible that the names of the dogs don't necessarily reflect their true ability to win races. Oh, what's going on over here? I almost didn't see you up here. Do you know anything about what happened? I've just come down from the north side of town and don't know much about this place, but I think someone in a big coat entered the kennels. The 3-day cassette tape is full. Okay. So... related to this, possibly? 3 days of cassette tape is quite a long time. Also, 3 days specifically is one of the durations of time that you can erase people's memory for with the Golden Idol stuff. I'm always by Ms. Bauer's side, and I don't talk to the police. Just for the record, can you tell me about the victim? ... Did he have any enemies? People who would wish him harm? ... Okay. Jimmy Tight Lips over here. The only time I left my post was to chase off a troublemaker while the race was happening. Is this your usual post? It is now. We had a break-in on Tuesday night, so we're not letting anything slide. We're keeping tight watch on this office day and night. Keep Andiers out. Yellow jackets, work in pairs, stupid jerks. Okay. So is he then part of the new gang? The Lion Tiger gang, possibly? I've got a shipment of 6 items going out to the new assets today. The usual method should work. Let him in for pickup at 3:45. I'll be out grabbing a seat. Also, if the blonde comes whining again, tell him to suck it up and keep working with the Tsar. Oh, the Tsars, I think is their name. If he can't defend himself against a one-handed man, that's his own damn problem. The Tsars are a useful part of this organization, HB. Okay. Yeah, this is very neat handwriting. Are you Bauer? What's this? Oh, no, okay, you're Bauer. Nothing is missing, just like the last time. All they did was cause a mess. So, okay, nothing is missing that you want to admit to having, so presumably drugs are missing. Any idea how they got in? No, I'm in here all day and keep it locked up when I'm not. Now, could you hurry this up, detective? I have all my meetings in this office, and your presence is not conducive to business. Okay, a little thing saying Jess, and you also have a key. What's this? Okay, the roles of various people. Some of whom are dogs. Power restoration works. Okay, so someone previously broke in. On, in, under, beside. Okay, these are things that were nicked and put in that green box, it looks like. No more slums. Heritage building renovation plan. Moira promises, Hildegard delivers. Wednesday, meet with BRW board, heritage project. Ensure MM absent. That'll be Moira, whatever her surname was. Thursday, meet with restaurant staff, stock replenishment, and new security measures. So this is the drugs in the restaurant. So sorry about the mess. Benny knocked over the plant, which hit the stuff off the shelf, but I gathered up all 7 items, and nothing seems broken. 7 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 is missing. And I think it is a triangular one, because there's the coil of wire. There's that. Okay, so we've got this. It's either this one or this one, which is missing. So we've got a triangle and a rectangle. And this is the triangle. Okay, so... Oh, no, there's the rectangle. So what's missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Oh, there's only 6 things here. I gathered up all 7 items and nothing seems broken. Okay. So he accidentally... So Benny accidentally took... Oh no, Benny knocked over the stuff. Benny's a dog, I'm pretty sure. Right? Because... Yeah. Alright, and... Someone did a bad job of trying to pick the lock and then just kicked the door in, maybe? Lock is scratched and damaged. Because the bolt is still across, so it looks like it wasn't unlocked. I don't know. Heading into work, have a good stream. Thank you for stopping by, Punderful. Have a good day at work. I was with Leo before it happened. He told me to make sure that Zero was ready for pickup. Pickup? Oh, to take Zero to take to the vet. Zero is one of our dogs, very sick. You probably don't want to get too close. Okay, is Zero actually one of the dogs? Doesn't look like it. I got here after the race is finished. I saw the dogs had gotten out and knew something was wrong. That's when I found Leo like that. You're looking a little worse for wear yourself. Oh, this? You don't need to worry about me, officer. Just some rough housing. Okay, so you've got a white tie and a red jacket and you're blonde. If the blonde comes whining again, tell him to suck it up and keep working with the Tsar. If he can't defend himself against a one-handed man, that's his own damn problem, okay? I took a hit for that guy. Hope he got what we came here for. Now I just got to collect myself and keep away from the cops. So he also got punched. This guy has a bloody lip. So there was a punch-up occurring. Alright, last thing. Dog. Oh, okay, maybe this is what they mean by the polka-dotted dog. The dog is wearing a polka-dotted vest. That's Twizzle. That's Jess. That's Maggie. And that's Godsend. Okay. So... I remember watching a documentary about the last dog racing track in the United States. It's an eye-wateringly trashy place that also has a reputation of the dogs being given cocaine-laced meat. Oh my god. Also, last dog racing track in the United States is really surprising for me to hear. I would have assumed that they were not that uncommon. Because I know that it's still a thing in the UK. Dog racing. Like greyhounds and stuff, right? At least, I mean, I'm pretty sure it still is. Because it's like, it's not inherently cruel or anything. Obviously, it can be. Anything involving animals can be made cruel because people are shits. But it's all but illegal here. That's really interesting. Because, like, I mean, why should it be any different from horse racing? Okay, cynical hat on. The reason it's different from horse racing is because it's easier for normal people to arrange a dog race. Whereas horse racing is the province of the rich. And so, of course, horse racing is allowed. But dog racing, no, you can't have that. Okay, so the real money's in corgi racing these days. I'd watch a corgi race. Corgis are great. Okay, so you are the track owner. The North Sider is this guy. Jess is the favorite girl. Are you Jess? You're Godsend. You're Maggie. You're Jess. So no. You? Is this Jess purple? Yes, this is Jess. Benny is the one that's still in the kennel, which is you. You're the bodyguard. You're the door guard. The kennel master's the dead guy. Zar. Are you the Tsar, then? So these guys are both wearing white ties, which is the uniform of the thing. Now, where did I see... Keep working with the Tsar. Okay. I was with Leo before it happened. Okay, so is he the Tsar then? Is that what I got wrong? Yeah. Okay. On Tuesday, a member of the something gang, something the something. They something, but left a something to something the someone something. On Friday at some time, the someone and the someone were busy something someone something. One member of the something gang, something the someone, while the other tried to something the something. So I'm guessing this is distracted the something while one tried to the something gang. Yeah. They're very original, I've heard. Ahahaha. Okay, so a member of the Andia gang, I think, broke into the office. They stole nothing, but left a note to something the someone something. Okay, when did stuff happen? So the first race was at 4:10. The second race was at 4:50. She said the polka dot dog. So the race started and then she got distracted. The polka dot dog is Twizzle. Twizzle was racing in the 4:10 race. So 4:10. Right. A lot of the kennels. You see two men running away from the office, then someone else went up the door a little bit later. Okay, so there's a lot of different times happening here. So maybe... So something happened at 4:10. I'm guessing that's the theft, because she saw, yeah, two men running away from the office. Okay. So, lockpicks. Stuff that got nicked. Oh, these are bullets. Okay. He said 7 things. 3 p.m. onwards, prep for the race, then run errand for HB. Number 17 has become overly protective. Easier just to keep by my side at all times. Okay. How do your interviews go? Okay, so maybe it was earlier than 4. I don't know. Do we have the word pick? Because, okay, it would be over here, wouldn't it? Yeah, so we can't say pick the lock, because that's what I thought this was going to be. Still nothing, but left a note. Okay, what was the note that they left? So sorry about the mess. Benny knocked over the plant, which hit the stuff off the shelf, but I gathered up all 7 items and nothing seems broken. Nothing is missing, just like last time. All they did was cause a mess. Okay, what's your deal? You know, the north side of town, don't know much about this place, but I think someone in a big coat entered the kennels. Okay. He's not saying anything. The only time I left my post was to chase off a troublemaker while the race was happening. Okay, so how was someone making trouble? One was hurling insults about Ms. Power, saying she ruined their business and that she's the mayor's pet. She's a hard worker and she always finds time to support her favorite girl. Some guy in a coat shoved past calling out for Benny, which is a dog. Searched around for a moment, then said he ran off towards the wooden gate. Okay. Why do I have no idea what's going on? Still nothing, but left a note to... something, the someone something, but to... I mean, there's only so many words that could actually fit here grammatically. So it could be collect. It could be record. Oh, they didn't leave a note. They left a microphone to record the track owners meeting. Okay, so that's what it was. A tape recorder. It was him. 3 days worth of meetings. Right? Yeah. Okay. Friday at 4:10 p.m. Someone and the someone were busy. Something? What on earth? One member of the Antigua gang distracted the War guard? Well, the other tried to collect the tape recorder? Maybe? I feel like I have no idea what's going on here. Someone in the someone. What does he have to say again? The only time I left my post was to chase off a troublemaker while the race was happening. It's just usual post it is now. They're breaking on Tuesday night, so we're not letting anything slide. We're keeping a tight watch on this office day and night. He was in a fight with a one-handed man, apparently. So hang on a second, though. But are these? So this outfit is the Andia's outfit. Oh, there. He's got the. This is the one-armed man. How did I miss that? I was with Leo before it happened. He told me to make the call that Zira was ready for pickup. Zira's one of our dogs. Well, that's a lie. Very sick. You probably don't want to get too close. Yeah, okay. So maybe it wasn't the Andia gang that broke in. Maybe it was the Tsar? Well, no, because apparently he's a Tsar. So, okay, maybe I'm getting confused and it's the Tsars who have the white tie. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm starting to put some stuff together. Someone broke into the office and left a tape recorder. They recorded 3 days worth of meetings. Then they went into the office to get it back. But when they got in here, they saw this from the kennel master saying, Benny knocked over the plant, which knocked this off the shelf, but I gathered up all 7 items because there was also a tape recorder. And then they broke in here and had to kill him and get the tape recorder, which he'd put in here. That's what happened. Okay. But I still don't know who all of these people are. So this is one member of the gang, and this must be the other member of the gang who got beaten up because he was the one who was yelling about Bauer being rubbish, whatever. Yeah, keep Andia's out. Yellow jacket. Oh, yellow jackets work in pairs. Super jerks. So he's got a yellow jacket. He doesn't have a jacket on. But I'm trying to say, like, if I look around, can I see a jacket somewhere discarded? Doesn't look like it, but this is this torn off this then? Okay, well, I feel like I have a slightly better idea of what's going on now. So, okay, 410, the someone and the someone were busy. Something, someone, something? What? Like, what can even fit here? mean, it could be watching something race. So the first one I think has to be an adverb. No, not. Do I mean an adverb? No, I mean a verb. Like an ing word. Whatever that is. I'm so shit at grammar rule word things. So it could be fighting, it could be talking, it could be watching. A gerund. Thank you very much. I knew Nemo would be able to provide the correct term. Okay, so watching someone something, talking someone, I don't think that makes sense. Fighting someone something. I think it must be watching someone race, I guess. Watching new asset race? Nah. Who was in this race? Swizzle, Jess, Paddington. So was it... Oh. Hang on. Watching... We have favorite girl, Jess. Race. So that's it. The track owner and the bodyguard, who is always by her side. Oh. So fucking smart. Okay. On Friday at a different time, so I think this must be at 4:10. Someone went to so I think this is after Benny knocked the plant down. The Kennel Master left with 7 items. The 7th object was a tape recorder, which had been in the something. Okay, where had it been hidden? And presumably it wasn't just on the shelf, right? Because that wouldn't make any sense. So under? Had it been hidden under the shelf? We have under. We have under the shelf. Okay. Someone went to something, some number items from the something, so office. I guess the Kennel Master went to collect 6 items from the office. After Benny knocked the plant down, the Kennel Master left with 7 items. The 7th object was a tape recorder, which had been under the shelf. At around 450. So this would be this race. Had that much time passes? This is all happening at the same time? I don't think it can be. Okay. Kennel Master's note. So this is the North Sider. So the Kennel Master's note went looking for Benny because we heard someone running out. When he saw that Benny was a dog, he went to the kennels while fighting over the tape recorder. The North Sider shot the Kennel Master. Incorrect. Is it not North Sider? Is it Andia? Equally incorrect. I forgot the time. Okay, so this is all happening Oh, no, okay, this must have been earlier. That's right, that's right, that's right. Because he had a note in his pocket. I had my times wrong. So it was actually errand for HB, 3 p.m. Okay. Um... Okay, maybe it was not under the shelf. Maybe it was somewhere else. Is there any hint here as to where it could have been? Maybe it was in the plant pot? In the plant? No. Well, that didn't seem to make it any more incorrect, so maybe it is this that's wrong. Zoom in. Because it must have been nearby, right? Because the shelf got knocked over and he picked up all the stuff. It can't have been in any of these objects, I don't think. So where was it? I think it's this that's wrong. Right? I mean, if I put in something very obviously wrong. Okay, so it was in. So in is correct. And I've got this is wrong and something else is wrong. Which have been in the... In the what? Because it couldn't have been in any of these, because then he wouldn't have seen it as a 7th item, right? So... In the plant? I guess in the plant. Okay. So if it's... Yes, okay. So we have one thing wrong, currently. Is it a time? I don't think so. I think everything happened pretty quickly. Seems a little strange. Prep for race, then run errand for HB. Like, it's a kind of a weird errand of, like, come to my office and pick 6 things up off a shelf, right? Like, it's a bit odd. So maybe it wasn't 6? I don't wanna, like, use this, but I don't know what I've got wrong here. Because it can't be 1 items, so... It's either 0. I mean, is it 0? No. What do I have wrong? So it's definitely saw the note, looking for Benny, saw that Benny was a dog, went to the kennels. Yeah. Fighting over the tape recorder, the North Sider shot the kennel master. Yeah. So what is incorrect here? Is it not plant? Is it just in the office? No. Do I... Okay, so I know that's wrong. So is it plant? It is plant. Okay. I don't like this. Okay, so is it 6? Oh wait, hang on. Wait. Is it 6? If I put that, yes, it is 6. Okay, we're trial and erroring this because I have no idea what I've got wrong here. Is it the time that's wrong? No. Time is correct. I can't understand what I've got wrong here. Were they not fighting over the tape recorder? Are they fighting over the tape recorder? Okay, so the Andy and Northsider are, you can use either. Did he not shoot him? No, he shot him. Did he not shoot the Kennel Master? Yeah, it was the Kennel Master. What is wrong here? Is it not collect? Is it... No, it's collect. It's office. It's Benny. Yeah, Benny knocked it down. Oh, knocked the shelf down, not the plant. Okay, that feels that... Yes, okay, it is correct to say that the dog knocked the shelf down is more important than the plant being knocked down, but the shelf only got knocked down because the dog knocked the plant down. The plant knocked the shelf down. That also is not correct. What the fuck is going on? Oh, are these... You can use shelf or plant, I guess. Okay. Because you can't say nothing. Yeah, okay. The Kennel Master. Yes. Left with 7 items. Yes. And the 7th. Yes, okay. It was a tape recorder. No, it was a sick. It was a tape recorder. Which had been in... I think we already checked this, but it had been in the plant. Yeah. Okay, and it was 3 p.m. It wasn't 3 p.m. It was 3:40. Oh, okay. This screwed me up. Sort A to Z. I would assume that alphabetical sorting of numbers would be the smallest numbers than the biggest numbers, but I guess 3.45 is less than 3. So maybe it was actually this time was the thing that was incorrect. Yeah. Okay. Was it at 3:45 p.m. though? Because the errand was at 3. Right? Can I go back and look at that? To get dirt on the Bowers, 2 members of the rival Andia gang planted a recording device in Hildegard's office. When they returned to collect it 3 days later, it had been mistakenly moved to the kennels as part of a secret delivery. During the struggle to take back the recording device, one of the Andias shot Leo the Kennel Master. Yeah. I want to go back and look at that a second. 3 p.m. onwards. Okay, so I guess he's feeding the dogs up until 3 p.m. and then after he preps for the race, then runs the hour. Okay, so yeah, 3:45. Oh, that one was way more of a struggle than it should have been. Let me have some water. Okay. Ms. Bauer, this project continues to show promise. Our new friend's Office of Power seems to have been more than just an attempt to save his own life. And to think, if he hadn't hit your restaurant, the Andias may have been the ones who found him. Communication has been somewhat tricky. Although he doesn't look it, he is speaking Lemurian, but it sounds like some ancient version of what I speak. Luckily, his Albionian is improving every day, so we can often meet in the middle. I know we haven't been able to get Zira moved out yet, but we're ready to continue Phase 2 testing of the Disarranger as soon as you are. Booty. Okay, so they have a Lemurian working for them. Or a Lankan, maybe? And they've captured the guy who has had his... the Echo Secundus. What's his name? I've got a new thing here. Mr. Pooty, your update is appreciated. The Andias may not have gotten their hands on him, but what they did get from us endangers our whole operation. If our naive benefactor learns what we've been doing, things will sour very quickly. I'll bring the supplies myself. Keep an ear to the ground. If we see any signs that she knows, Phase 2 testing will need to be done on an accelerated schedule. HB. So their naive person, I'm guessing, is Meredith. Moira Meredith. The Raid. A very good movie. If you're a fan of martial arts movies, I can highly recommend the movie The Raid. Directed by a Welshman, I'm pretty sure. I forget his name. But yeah, I think he's Welsh. It's Indonesian martial arts, and so not as widely known maybe as other martial arts. I really like the Indonesian language. I don't know what it is about it. It sounds really nice. I think it's they roll the R's, I think, and I really like that. Story in 4 parts. Okay. All right, Disarranger has been used here. Indonesian is notoriously easy to learn too. Cool, I didn't know that. Function checking. No give or take. Now I call Disarranger. Fair translation, I think. Okay. Small effect. Heat change evens out. Known effect. Matter warps, pulls, extrude. See Phase 2 test outcomes. Oh, okay. So it's a Disarranger now. It doesn't give or take. It mucks things around. So it can disarrange the heat, which doesn't really do much because the heat change evens out. It can disarrange the matter, which fucks stuff up and makes your arm come off and whatever. Or it can do memories, and that means that you forget things, right? Everyone's memories were disarranged. Vibration of crystal cannot extend. Destroys amplifying device. Vibration can be sent. Pump effect straight to ears. Good report for the little woman. Okay, so you can muck up people's memories by playing it into a speaker, like into a microphone. Maybe. Okay, Phase 2 test outcome. Low, little scramble, mind mostly same. Mix-up of events, same way every time. Pattern A. Medium, more scramble, things change. People, things look different. Pictures wrong. Like mind force normal story, even if means pictures no match good. Events mixed same way each time. Pattern B. Big scramble. Strange pictures, even actions abstract. Mind no care for real story now, just follow pictures at sea. Pictures match good, but very strange. Events mixed same way every time. Pattern C. This one stay forever. It's TikTok, yeah. Okay, so someone was using the Disarranger on this, possibly with the memory changing thing, and then they switched it to the matter changing thing, right? Yeah, vibration of crystal cannot extend. So you can't send the... Wow, this guy is all fucked up. Okay. Alright. What's going on here? Oh, jellyfish discovered. What is going on? Okay, so they... Vlad, Finn, and Dick. Okay. So that's Finn, I'm guessing. That's Vlad, and maybe that's Dick. And they bump a whale, and then the whale is like, oi. Okay. Subject A, testing form. What did you think of the cartoon? Hilarious. Describe the cartoon's 4 stages. A jellyfish saw a dolphin and got scared. It turns out the wall was a giant whale. The dolphin escaped, and a submarine hit a wall. A vampire and his minion chased the dolphin in a submarine. Okay, so the order of events has been mixed up, and this is pattern A, maybe? Okay. So... What on earth? Oh, these just my... Oh, these are events. Okay. And this is the cartoon. Alright, so... Am I supposed to put this in the correct order? Because this is the order that he saw it, right? Yeah. But the actual order that it happened was... They chased... Yeah, it's okay. So this one is you swap 2 and 4. It does... Yeah, it has those... it's the Worker and Parasite. The itchy and scratchy knockoff, right? I can't talk to the cops, man. They'll kill me. Just give me something, anything. Okay, at some point, that guy went berserk and ripped off his shirt, and it seemed like the boss saw something that panicked her. Okay. Alright, here are our accounts of what happened. But we know that his recollection is going to be messed up, possibly. So, the last thing that happened and the second thing that happened are going to be swapped for him. Oh, okay, so he just has 1. So does this just go in like this? Oh, I guess we don't know what the other events are yet. Okay. Alright, and you. Let's take stock. What do we know? It's a strange one, Roy. We've had eyes on this place all morning. Our guys confirmed that the boss lady and her gangsters were still on the top floor as we pulled up. We secured the front door and all the stairs, so they must still be in here somewhere. Okay. Moira will spill. As rumors fly, Mayor Meredith announces press conference. Okay. Okay, same cartoon. What happened here? It all started when the ringmaster ordered the lions out of the tent, and they jumped through the hoop. Okay, what next? That's all you're getting from me. I've already said too much. Okay, so some stuff has been mangled. What did you think of the cartoon? Tragic and profound. Okay. Describe the cartoon's 4 stages. A man and his wife followed an ambulance in their car. A girder was shown to be attached to a bridge. The ambulance sped away, and the car crashed into the girder. A cat ran from the ambulance. Okay, so the cat is the jellyfish, and the ambulance is the dolphin. And the man and his wife followed the ambulance. The ambulance sped away, crashed into the girder. The girder was shown to be attached to a bridge. Okay, so this one, it's a lot more jumbled up, but the pattern is always going to be the same. Okay, and he said it all started when the ringmaster ordered the lions out of the tent, and they jumped through the hoop. So it ended... This was the last thing that happened. Did they jump out the window? They may have jumped out the window. And yeah, the ringmaster of the lions. So the boss lady is the ringmaster, and the gangsters are the lions. Okay. Subject C, testing form. Divine revelation. Describe the cartoon's 4 stages. A teardrop evaporated. So the 2-headed fig tig found the world's edge. An orchid with tender stalks sailed over the teardrop as it drifted by. Beyond the world's edge lay a vast snowy mountain. The fig twig applauded as it searched for the teardrop. Okay, so an orchid with tender, that must be this. Beyond the world's edge lay a vast snowy mountain. I think that's the last one. The fig twig applauded. So a teardrop evaporated. I think it's this. No. That. He's just describing a David Lynch short film. Yeah, I think I might have seen this one. Okay, so now we know how things, the order in which things get muddled up. Okay, and so knowing that, this is way too big, we can put in this thing. So what happened here? Officer Martins. Oh, so he's an undercover cop. He's wearing a wire. Where did they go? First, the angels danced on the robot's finger, and the second twin swallowed them whole. Then I liberated myself, and Trip Top admired the silver string of my bow. So this is, I took my shirt off and someone saw I was wearing a wire. Next, the angels were destined to pass into the second twin's bowels, and to be rescued from them by an armoured horse. Finally, Trip Top granted the angels their freedom, and the angels melted into the pages of an open book. Okay. So he says first. First is actually... what he thinks is first is actually second. Then I liberated myself, so... Wait, no, hang on. The first thing he says is actually the third thing. Then I liberated... So the second thing... So the first thing he did is he took his shirt off. And they saw his wire. Next... So that goes there, and this goes here. And so at some point, the guy went berserk and ripped off his shirt, and the boss saw something that seemed to panic him. So this is this. Oh, and then I have to put in the no comments. Okay. No. Okay, so at some point, is it just... No, okay, so that's correct. So it must be something here that's wrong. Okay. So first is the... Okay, no, sorry. I need to make sure I get this ordered correctly in my head. So what he thinks he saw first is actually the second thing to happen. Okay. And then the last thing that he thinks he saw is supposed to be third. And then... What was his account again? Okay, so then... His thing that he thought happened second is actually the last thing. Right? Oh, I'm getting so confused. Thing that he thought happened second. No. The thing that he thought happened second happened first. The thing that he thought happened last... He thought this happened last. But it was actually the second thing that happened. Okay. And then the thing that he thought happened first is actually the third. Right, so I think his is correct now. Alright. And this guy, it all started, so the thing that he thought happened first actually happened last, right? Okay. And then this one, at some point, the guy went berserk and ripped off his shirt, and the boss saw something that seemed to panic her. But that's the first thing that happened. Right? Yeah. Is this not right? Okay, why is that there? Oh, it all started. So the thing that he thinks happened first is actually the thing that happened Second. Okay, that's why. Okay, so the order of events is he ripped off his shirt, then, and she saw that he was wearing a wire. She told everyone to leave. Angels danced on the robot's finger, and the second twin swallowed them whole. And then the angels were destined to pass into the second twin's bowels and to be rescued from them by an armored horse. So armored horse is car. Second twin's bowels. They danced on the robot's finger. I think that's a girder, right? There was a girder at the window? Yeah. That's what happened. Okay, so we've got to translate what this guy meant. We still have some more stuff to look at. It's just that still. Let's look at here briefly. Okay. Here's a layout. First floor, second floor. So they went out a window. This window. So they went... okay, they went across from here to here, I think. Oh, and that's everything. All right. Translation. Actually, it'd probably be easier if I do it like this. Okay. So... Trip top is boss. Silver string is a wire. Angels are gangsters. Armored horse is a car. Robot's finger is a girder. Okay. Second twin is the other building. Owls. Window, I guess. Okay, open book. Oh, here we are. Granted, the angels are freedom. The angels melted into the pages of an open book. They jumped through the hoop. The window? Okay, so is the open book actually a window? And then bowels is what? I mean, it gave me that map for a reason, I have to presume. Oh, parking garage? Because there's more stairs down to the parking garage. Oh, and the parking garage is where the car would... Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. The car busted out there. So, yeah, Barrels is parking garage. Wow. Okay. Alright, and now we have some stuff happening. Okay. 8 things. And they're all subject, verb, object. So, undercover cop. Removed shirt. Boss saw wire. Okay, and then boss ordered gangster... Oh no. Evacuation? Gangsters exited via window. Gangsters traversed girder? Gangsters entered window? Entered building? Gangsters Reversed stairs? Gangsters drove cars. Wow, okay, only 2 of you are correct. I am really surprised. I was grasping at straws a bit there. Oh, traversed parking garage is the only thing that I need to do. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I could have been like entered parking garage instead. Wow. Okay. I guess they must have given you a lot of leeway with the specific words you used here. You've solved the scenario. The gangsters were experimenting with a device that disarranged memories. When the most affected of the test subjects revealed he was an undercover cop, the boss realized they had to flee. With the workshop surrounded, their only way of reaching their car was via a girder that could get them into the neighboring building. Okay. A very flat car. Why is he in on this, I wonder? I mean, I guess maybe against his will, because they captured him after he tried to steal food? Did he unintentionally steal the drugs, I guess, because he's just hungry and wanted to steal the food? Okay. Commentary, case 01667J, lead investigator Roy Sampson. After completing my investigation of A1 Francis CR, 1A Francis CR, I have come to a terrible realization. If this disarranger can do to others what it did to Officer Martins, there's no telling how dangerous it could be. Physical destruction, mental incapacitation, and an insidious method of application. In the wrong hands, it could do unspeakable things, and it appears to be in the wrong hands as we speak. I have to find out what they plan to do with it next. Okay. The something gang headed by someone was one of okay, so the Andia gang headed by Hildegard Bauer. Is it the Andia gang? I mean, I think it must be, right? Was one of 2 crime families? Crime gangs? Do we have gangs? Can I sort this? I can't sort this. Gang violence with a weapon that makes holes in the universe. Yeah, I wonder what the range on that disarranger is for like when you're disarranging matter. Because if you're not careful, like can you like accidentally disarray the entire like core of the earth? I guess is it crime families? Is it or is it the Bauer gang? Is that the I thought they were Tsars. Someone gained someone's something by working on the something and gave advice that something. God, how is it that I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing in these ones now? Like, is the DLC just that much more difficult, or am I having a slow brain day? Okay, so Hildegard Bauer gained Moira Meredith's trust. With trust? Favor? By working on the Heritage Project, and gave advice that weakened the Andia gang. So maybe this is the Bauer gang. As revenge, the Andia gang planted a tape recorder in Hildegard Bauer's office so they could obtain evidence that the Bauer gang was selling drugs. They gave this evidence to Moira Meredith. When Moira Meredith announced a surprise visit. Do we have visit? No. Surprise what? Press conference. Legard Bauer called for accelerated testing of a weapon that could scramble people's memories using sound. Oh my god. Let's try. Nice. Unraveling. Full of sound and fury. Oh dear. I think this is not what's actually happening. I think our memories have been all fucked up. No, I will not be silenced, for I am a fool. I heed no hero. The ends of the tubes have been cut. This is, like, I did not sign up for this trip. Yes, go, deflate her, ruin her, poison her, deflate her. He looked at my wondrous scroll. Why does it make him worry? He's crazed. Oh, and I need to look at this. Here I am, but then I go. The work bell rings and the kings arrive. The good twin must be let in. His departure creates a void. The hero is here, but is rebuffed. The void is filled by the evil twin. He hides his nature and unpicks his brother's work. The eyes and ears gather. Okay. We've got two of these guys. One of them only has one eye. Actually, what the fuck is going on? What? Am I missing something? Am I supposed to be able to click somewhere else? I feel like... Do I need to... Okay. A pair of robots told the snake to attack the balloon. The crossbow wielder shot the snake to protect the balloon. This is a scrambled memory. Okay. Alright. So we've got to figure out who's who. And what happened at the conference. This is the... Okay. And this is the real time. Okay. Well... That is Moira, I'm pretty sure. She's the one giving the press conference. Something is being used by someone. Okay. I saw your setup as I left. The microphone is hardwired to the speakers, and they're facing away from the mayor. That's right, Mr. Sampson. Good. I'm not too worried about the speakers. They only want to hit her, not a whole crowd. They need something close to her face, and they don't have that. Something wrong? Let me show you something, Detective. You see this note? Did I leave my uniform in your locker by accident? I don't have a spare, and mine's been gone since it went out to the cleaners yesterday. Thanks, Paul. Okay, someone's dressed as a sound technician. A speaker and a microphone contain the same basic internal components. Electrical signals produce sound by vibrating a diaphragm, or electrical signals are produced by sound vibrating a diaphragm. When wired as a speaker, electrical signals are converted into sound. When wired as a microphone, sound is converted to electrical signals. Okay, so the microphone is being converted into a speaker. So this is a speaker. Or it's a microphone that is being turned into a speaker. And she thinks that they've turned the microphone off, I guess. So this is actually a microphone. This is actually a speaker. So they've switched them round, right? So they're putting some noise into the speakers in order to get it to come out of the microphone. And these... Oh, wait, no. Okay, these are the speakers, I think, because they're big. And so this is a receiver. And this must then be an emitter. And the gun is being used by somebody. If this is gun. But we don't know... What's the... is this a security guard? Is that an option? Security. And the gun is shooting the microphone. So that's being used by Roy, I'm guessing. Now we just have to figure out what this scroll is. Here I am, but then I go. Work bell. This is a schedule? Maybe? Yeah, I think this is an order of events. The eyes and ears gather. So this, do we have... roster? Is that a sensible word? Oh, eyes and ears are reporters. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at this. I'm not sure what Roy's looking for, but I suppose it's not my concern. Just got to grab some backup. Okay. That's mismemorized to you, and it's not just the phone. Walkie-talkies, hardwiring the speakers. I'm not sure if I believe sound can be that dangerous. Past 3 labs. After cleaning of illicit materials, see drug schedule P317, building may return to regular use. Class 4 labs. For public safety, buildings harboring Class 4 labs must be destroyed. Okay. So... they're turning old drug labs into housing, it seems. People of New Wells have to take responsibility here. It's my resignation. By trusting the wrong people... No. I have failed you. The Heritage Project was meant to keep the buildings of our community safe and build them back up to their former glory. Move to after identity revealed. Okay. Now, though, I have become an unwitting agent in their destruction. But I was not alone in this. A phone and 3 walkie-talkies. So yes, they've told her, like, you can't have any sound devices near you. I wish you hadn't turned him... Okay, so he's got one eye, so he's security with one eye. I wish you hadn't turned him away, Mario. Roy's a trustworthy man. If he says the phone is a risk, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay. What's this? Oh, danger renovation in progress. Keep out. Bauer restoration works under construction. Idiot. Senseless killing gets you caught. This way, we go unnoticed, and no one can trust her information ever again, provided this works as well as it did in testing. I suppose I should get moving as well. Secunda should know all the necessary details, Ms. Bauer. So we have a radio signal receiver, a folded set of overalls, which were stolen. Arbash, I go. Pet Samuel. Trust in Echo Secunda. He's got a portable microphone, a radio signal emitter, and some jerry-rigged golden idol thing where the stone is both blue and red at the same time, which is kind of cool. And he says, I still think you could just kill her. No one can besmirch the name of Hildegard Bauer. Okay, the security guard is obviously a little bit too intense. Okay, and we've got... Okay, reporter should be here in about an hour. I suppose I'll have to wait until after the conference to get a coffee. And here's the roster, which we already identified. Are there multiple golden idols, as was it a one-off? So I think... So the technology behind the golden idol was from ancient Lemuria, because they were like a very technologically advanced civilization. Then their civilization crumbled and they forgot how to use all their technology, but Echo Secundus, the guy who's currently inhabiting this person's body, he's from that time period. Like, his memories were stored and then overwritten onto this guy's body, and so he probably remembers how all this stuff worked, so he could have just made like a new version of whatever the golden idol was. Like, I don't think that there was just one golden idol. I think it's a form of technology that was once relatively widespread. Okay, we have speakers are hardwired to the podium. Okay, so conference, and I guess once we fill this in, we'll get another point in time. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So this was 10 and this is 11, but it all fucked up. Oh, and does this mean that Roy Sampson ended up getting, because this is from his point of view, right? He's the one holding the crossbow and he's the one shooting the microphone, and so he is now permanently fucked up forever, I guess, which is unfortunate. Okay, so Hildegard, no, Moira Meredith planned to announce her resignation, and that Hildegard Bauer had been using the Heritage Project, sorry, as a cover to manufacture drugs, I guess. Yeah, it has to be manufacture. Hildegard Bauer planned to stop Moira Meredith by scrambling her memories. Roy Sampson warned Moira Meredith and her security that sound could be dangerous. After talking to Paul. So the notice from Paul. So this guy must be Greg. Where did I get the word Greg from? Maybe I didn't. Greg from Sonic Solutions. Roy Sampson worried that the microphone could become a speaker. After returning to the conference and something at the... looking at the microphone? Roy Sampson realized a... Huh? Oh, a sonic receiver? Oh no, a Bauer gangster had disguised himself as a sound technician and attached a receiver to the microphone. So Roy Sampson got the microphone. Okay, close but not quite there. What is wrong here? Is it the color of the wire that's like suspicious? Yeah. Different colored wire. The radio signal receiver. That's what I put, right? Yeah. Oh, receiver to, maybe it's not the microphone, maybe it's the speaker. Didn't swing the needle either way. Okay. And then maybe did he look at the speaker rather than the microphone? No. Okay, what's the deal with this speech then? Heritage Project was meant to keep the buildings of community safe, build them back up to their former glory. Okay, but buildings harboring class 4 labs must be destroyed. So if the building has been used to manufacture drugs, then it has to be destroyed. If it's the wrong kind of drugs, I guess. If it's not manufactured drugs, it is drugs. It must be manufactured because it can't be. Yeah, okay. I feel a little bit bad doing a brute force thing here, but it's like I feel like I've got one thing wrong somewhere, and it's going to be like really, really finicky on what it is. It's like I think maybe speaker or microphone, like either can go here. I think because if I put okay, okay, so this is wrong as speaker, so maybe it has to be microphone. No. Huh. Okay, if it's not looking at the microphone, what could it be? It has to be looking. It's the only word that really makes sense here. But it doesn't seem to matter what I put here, so... Because it's not like stage, you know, or something more generic. Ah. Okay, so it is receiver. Okay, speaker. So I think it's these two are wrong somehow. Yeah, he definitely shot the microphone. Better look at this. More insecurity arrived. Greg from Sonic Solutions arrived. Greg from Sonic Solutions left. Roy Sampson arrived and left. Okay. Oh, did you look at the roster? And then attached a receiver to the speaker. Okay, so we're more correct than we were. We only have one thing wrong right now. So I think roster. Yeah, let me. I think roster is correct. Yes, roster is correct. So is this microphone? This is still wrong. I think. But how will we know when it's correct? Right, we need to make something else wrong. Okay. So, Okay, it was microphone. All right, so Roy Sampson shot the microphone. There we go. Wow, we got. I swear, okay. It being roster being the thing that he looked at was what was tripping me up, and then it was just whether it was microphone or speaker here, I guess. Okay. Oh, I don't love the brute forcing, but I feel like in situations like that, it's difficult to know exactly what specifically they want. Okay. So this is shortly after the events. We have what looks like a dead bodyguard, possibly. Everyone's getting arrested. Okay. Where did Roy end up? He was guarding the side street. He's got his ear defenders on to stop him from hearing whatever the mind messing up thing was. Unhand me. I don't know what that woman told you, but I run a legitimate business and you have brutalized my employees. Yeah, okay. And in here... Am I historian or history? Our escape, his weapon, our hunger, my service. Okay, he's... Oh, his memories have all been muddled, and that's why he's... Oh my god, there's a lot of stuff happening here. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, there's so much stuff. Okay, this is now broken. Against all odds we rise, not as conquerors, but as protectors of a galaxy that will remember this day forever. And his memories are also all fucked up. Okay, and that's everything. So all we have left to do is put these memories in the correct order. Okay, so... So he is Sword Half Man on horse. The horse is his motorbike. So the first thing is he killed this guy to escape, broke out, got on his horse. What's this, though? He says, I'll kill... Oh, okay, this is him talking to the head of the gang. Okay, so after he stole food, he got chased by the lions, or the tigers. He chopped down the water tower. This is... Oh, hang on. This is the main game. This is him following... Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah. Alright, that's not that. He's hungry, so then he did that and that. But first, he wanted to try and recover the golden idol. So, he saw them loaded up. He followed them. He saw it get taken inside this building. He saw these people come in, and it got thrown out the window, and then he opened it up and took what was inside, the gem, which was all messed up. Okay, then he was hungry, so he went and stole some food, got chased by these guys. They broke his... Okay, first of all, they broke his moped. Then they captured him. They took him to their queen, and he said, hey, I'll kill her for you. Okay, and this is the actual thing. After escaping the asylum, Secunda followed the idol to the TV station. He salvaged its last working parts to create the disarranger. When he was captured by the Tsars, Secunda offered to help Hildegard by turning the disarranger into a more powerful weapon. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So, what is going on here? So... Someone has a gun. There's an explosion happening. And he gets the gun. So this has to happen before this, I think. This is first of all... Okay, so that... Then he does that. This might not be the very start. I'm just trying to... Oh, okay, but first of all, this guy has a hat on. So... Okay, so first things first, he is walking up towards this. He's chasing someone down an alley? So I think this is last, right? Because he does this, he does this, he does this, he does this. Right, he's that. And then before that, must be that and that and that. And then this. Yeah, cool. To work backwards, but we got there. Okay. After the arrest of Hildegard Bauer, Roy Sampson saw that Echo Secunda had escaped into an abandoned store. This looks like a store, right? Yeah. Roy Sampson followed Echo Secunda, but was ambushed. During the fight, Roy Sampson and Echo Secunda both lost their earmuffs. So that was... So he's wearing his, like, helmet, which gets knocked off. And he was wearing his hat, which got knocked off. That's what that was. Echo Secunda then took Roy Sampson's gun. And prepared to shoot. And prepared to... Oh, yeah, shoot. Suddenly, Roy Sampson activated the Disarranger, which scrambled both of their memories. As his final act, Roy Sampson took back his gun and shot the Disarranger. Bam. Not bad. You've solved the scenario. I've been struggling to think of what the detective reminds me of, and I finally realised that it's the story of Fraser Crane being hit with the bimbo ray. I'm not familiar with that one. You'll have to elaborate a little bit more. I never actually watched Fraser. I feel like it's a big gap in my my sort of culture. After saving Mayor Meredith from having her memories disarranged by the Bowers, Roy chased down Secunda and the Disarranger. In order to take out both threats, Roy chose to sacrifice his own memories so that he could disarrange Secunda's. Then, he took back his gun to destroy the Disarranger. So, what are you in for? I've solved it. The Rugtam made a sauce out of this gum chewer. I can't believe we have to work with this guy. That's a little unfair. Just because he's talking nonsense doesn't mean he's not solving the case, you know? Rugtam. Hey, Roy Sampson is still the finest detective we have. If he says he solved it, then he solved it. Ah, here it is. Rugtam. So, the landlord did it. So you just have to have like a dictionary to translate. Patient file OT1438, Toussaint Oriel. Assigned psychiatrist Dr. Adam Fisher. I've been seeing the patient for a few months now, and his progress has been interesting. On certain days, he retains his defiant attitude, while on others, he is far more amiable. Regardless, he persists in his strange perceptions of the world. The defiant Oriel speaks a form of Lemurian, although when I send transcripts to translators, they tell me it makes no sense. This seems to match my experience with the amiable Oriel. He speaks Albionian, at least to some degree. When asked to recount our sessions, he understands the question, but relays events consistently out of order and uses strange terms. He refers to me as snowman, perhaps due to my white coat. I found recent success with Oriel by giving him access to a typewriter. He types out large passages in Albionian and Lemurian, and is compiling them into a larger work. The amiable Oriel seems excited about what he is writing, describing it as wondrous crumbs from a devil. If it can help him find happiness moving forward, then I suppose I too will call it wondrous. Thank you for playing The Sins of New Wells. Cool, well that is one DLC down. I think I'm going to call it there. This is a bit of a shorter stream, but I don't think I have enough in me for an entire other DLC, given that this one took about 2 hours. So I'm going to call it there, I think. But that was fun, and now I know it's going to be about 2 hours probably for each of these. This feels like a world where the Soviet Union absolutely still exists. I agree, yeah. I don't think we've seen it very much yet, but it's definitely, yeah, we've got that kind of vibe going on. Yeah. So yeah, if we assume about 2 hours per DLC, then that's I can probably knock out 2 in a stream if I have more energy, and then we'll leave the last till later. Maybe we'll see. I mean, I could just do 3 shorter streams because I don't need to stream for 4 hours. Like 2 hours is a perfectly reasonable amount of time to stream. And let me find someone to raid. Now I suspect that I may be able once again to raid Mayoshi, or one of my Yoshis, I should say. One of my Yoshis is right here in chat right now. I've got the Yoshi marks in my bio to prove it. Let's see, because I know that Amy is streaming or was planning to stream. And yep, she is doing ASMR. Okay, well, if you enjoy ASMR, then you'll enjoy this. And if you don't enjoy ASMR, well, that's fine as well, I guess. I won't judge. But yeah, let's set up. Let's start raid. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. And hopefully I'm going to be able to get into the habit of streaming a little bit more frequently and doing maybe smaller streams rather than no streams. Because I do enjoy streaming, and the more consistent I am, the more likely it is that people will actually be able to be like, oh, I should show up to this stream, because so Something Original has a schedule. So yeah, we'll see. But for now, yeah, I don't know when I'll stream next. I do want to get into the habit of trying to stream on like Tuesdays and Thursdays, but it's entirely at the mercy of how much energy I have after work, because days can be long sometimes. So yeah, I don't know, keep an eye on my Twitter and my Blue Sky, I guess. So yeah, until next time, I will see you around.